We're actually getting some updates on Travis Decker. We'll take a listen to that.
Other agencies, state, local, and federal, and we kind of narrow in on where we need to be looking, and for the most part, we're pretty successful most of the time.
Is this search in that area wrapped up? Is anyone going back up to that site at all?
At this point, no, we're going to shut it down for the night, but if something changes, then we'll be right back to it. And then we're on to the next case, and if there's another case in the mountains, I'm pretty confident Border Patrol will be with us, and we'll be back at it with the state police and specifically the Spokane County Sheriff's Department as well.
Based on the evidence found there, if it is Travis Decker's remains, did it look like someone had been camping there a while or someone on the move?
You know, ma'am, I don't really have the answer to that specific question.
Can you tell me a little bit about what, say, the next few days looks like for you? Is this something that's going to be
I feel like I missed it.
More searching, more field work, or is this just now waiting for that DNA evidence?
I think it's a lot of waiting.
How does that feel?
You know, you want to be, again, you want that 100% confidence in what we're doing, and in this situation, because of DNA, we can get there. But I think we'll be looking at our phones, but moving on with the rest of our weekends and traveling back to wherever we're from.
Can you tell me a little bit about the condition of those bones and those pieces that you found? Were they gnawed by animals? Is that something that seemingly disturbed up there?
Ma'am, I really don't know the answer to that, nor would I be an expert on that matter. Fugitives I can help with, but anthropology I'm a little limited.
Can you say whether a firearm was discovered with Mr. Decker?
I do not believe there was, no.
Any hint of foul play there, just based on an initial look at the scene?
Again, as an experienced fugitive investigator, I'd leave that to the homicide investigators and the very qualified Chelan County team. So I'm not in a position to really feel that one.
This is obviously hit close to home for a lot of people. Wenatchee is a very small community, so is Chelan County. Any message you have in terms of the importance of closing a case like this?
Well, I think everybody wants this closure across the community, and I mean, it's national level attention. We all want closure on this case, but so we're really hoping we get across, you know, to keep using the analogy, to get across the goal line and be done with this. But, you know, for the Marshal Service and every member of law enforcement from here, we just move on to the next violent fugitive. And that's unfortunate, but that's the reality.
Sheriff Morrison, if I could ask you a question. You guys are from here, you live here, your guys have been part of this since day one. Kind of the same question for you. You know, you've met with the family, you guys know these people. How does it feel knowing you're so close to 3.5 months of just anxiety maybe coming to an end?
We understand the work's not done. We're still in the midst of a homicide investigation. And as you asked too, if something were to happen to Travis that was not natural or of his own cause, we're going to investigate it as a homicide investigation. We owe that to his family. We owe that to him. He's still a human being. He was a brother. He was a son. He was a family member. So again, I find his acts to be heinous and what he's alleged to have conducted and done. But overall, still going to treat him with respect. I said this throughout the process. We didn't want any harm to come to him, and we'll still treat his remains with the kind of respect that anyone would deserve. So we'll look into it, but we understand this is one step closer, as we said, to serving justice and ensuring that the law was issued. So we want to make sure this is closed out properly. We want to make sure the family has the closure. I want Whitney to sleep better at night. I want her family to sleep better at night. I want the community to know that our agency does not give up, no matter how daunting and how challenging the task is. We understand this was not easy. We get the community's frustration. We get our citizens' frustration. But overall, we'd love to have had this done in 3 days. Absolutely. It would have saved us a lot of resources. But it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of resources. We brought in some of the best minds in the country, from the FBI, the U.S. Marshals Service, U.S. Forest Service, even the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division. We brought in experts in that field. We did everything. We talked with each other. We met afterwards, debriefed to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes, and continue to do everything possible. We understood this could be a criminal case that was going to trial. We didn't want any chance that this would be defeated when we went to trial. And again, I think we're close to the goal we wanted, but we're not going to rush. We're not going to pat ourselves on the back yet. We're not going to say congratulations until we get the results back and we know 100% this is Travis Decker. That is our suspect. That is our only suspect. That is the only evidence that we have shows that he's our suspect. So just to confirm, that is who we are looking for. That's who I believe we found, and we hope the Washington State Patrol can confirm that soon.
One last
Sheriff,
question.
no timeline on that, right? Not tomorrow, not tonight. It could be anytime.
Nope. Again, I'm not going to put pressure on Washington State Patrol's crime lab. I want them to take their time. I want them to make sure those results are 100% confirmed. Again, this is closing out a very significant case in our county's history. This was the largest manhunt in Chelan County history. This is the most heinous homicide in Chelan County history, and we need to make sure it's closed properly and that we make sure that we're convincing our community that we did the right thing, we have the right subject, and there's no other person out there.
And one last question for me. I don't know if it's for you or Gavin. I saw in the press release that there was a key fob that was found.
Just now from the Thurston County Sheriff's Office in the search for Travis Decker. We just learned in that update, for those of you just tuning in now, the Thurston County Sheriff's Office said they found 2 feet and a femur in that wooded area south of Leavenworth, along with clothing consistent to what Travis Decker has been known to wear. Now, we do know as well a drone helped lead searchers to this area. It's an area that searchers and several agencies had not yet searched in that area for before. We'll keep you posted on what we learn.